Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. हरि ओम. We are seeing chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita, and this Chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, is the essence of the knowledge, culmination of knowledge in action. And this culmination of knowledge in action, this particular chapter, at a surface, it will look like it is pure action. And at times, it will look like it is pure knowledge. But it is awareness in living is what is implied. What Bhagavan is talking about is for us to exercise our awareness, consciousness in our intellect, the exercising our own awareness, consciousness in living is this chapter. We reached up to shloka number 5. Yat sankhyai prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati. What Bhagavan is saying is that Bhagavan is answering Arjuna's question, number 1. Arjuna's question is, you please tell me decisively what is Shreya, what is right for me, what is absolute good. Is it the path of action or is it the path of knowledge? Bhagavan says that both will lead to absolute good. But for you, Arjuna, it is the path of action. And through the shoulders of Arjuna, Bhagavan is telling all of us that for all of us, it is the path of action. Knowledge can only come when we have acquired dexterity in action. But that action has to be an action born out of a clear understanding about my purpose and where I am headed. If that knowledge is not there, that action becomes a cause of bondage. But if understanding is there, that I'm doing this action to reach the absolute truth, and I'm doing this action for the sake of the Lord and nobody else, I'm not pleasing someone. I'm not acquiring any brownie points for it. I'm simply doing this action for it is a privilege bestowed upon me in this human birth. Then that action becomes a cause of purity of our own inner equipment called antakarana, the purity of mind and intellect. I know many of you have heard this time and again, but it is very important. Many a times we have heard this, but we fall short of living in it. So, including the speaker, I'm also, Bhagavan, I'm also included in this. Bhagavan is addressing all of us over the shoulders of Arjuna, okay? All of us. So, what Bhagavan is saying is, Yat Sankhyehi Sthanam Prapyate, that Sthanam meaning moksha. Arjuna had asked for the absolute good. So Bhagavan is referring to absolute good as moksha. That moksha which is attained by the path of Sankhyehi, path of knowledge. Tad yogaihi apigamyate, that can also be reached by the path of yoga. Which yoga? Karma yoga, by the path of action. Ekam Sankhyam cha yogam, both path of knowledge, Sankyam, path of action, yoga, Ekam, both of them are nothing but one and one alone. So Bhagavan is saying that that is one and one alone, yat ekam Sankyam cha yogam cha yat pashyati sapashyati. The one who sees it, sees. The rest, seeing it, they don't see it. That is what Bhagavan means, that the one who is capable of seeing that action itself can become a cause of moksha, that rare and few come to see. But it is not any action, it is action systematically executed by the invocation of the presence of my own being in each action. When we do each action and when it is done properly, whether it be cooking, whether it be cleaning, whether it be laundry, whether it be studying, whether it be even doing mantra japa, if our mind and intellect is not there while doing japa, it becomes a mechanical karma. But if mind and intellect are yoked with every mantra we chant, then the japa is not just karma, it becomes karma yoga. It becomes means to unite us to the higher. That is what Bhagavan is saying. Ekam Sankhyam cha yogam cha. The path of knowledge is brought into action little by little by little by our own awareness. Our presence in action is what determines the outcome of the action. This is what Bhagavan is saying. This is very, very powerful what Bhagavan has said. Continuing, Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptuma yogataha yoga yukto mune brahma na chirenadhigacchati. Yoga yukto munir brahma na chirenadhigacchati. So, in this shloka, Bhagavan is saying, ayogataha, the one who is not prepared. Ayogataha, the one who is ignorant, the one who is not prepared, the one who has not done proper studies, the one who has not understood action, the one who has not understood even knowledge. Such a person, when they engages in action, that action will not bear spiritual fruits. It will definitely bear material fruits. But we are talking about spiritual fruits of moksha. Let's say you have to do the action of going to work, and it is not that pleasing, but you take it as an opportunity of spiritual evolution. And you say, you know what, Bhagavan Krishna has said that you can convert an ordinary action into a divine action. So let me readjust my mental temperament. I know I don't like my job, but let me learn to like my job. I know that I'm having difficulties, but let me not complain. Let me put my best foot forward and give the best that I have. If we do this, even a difficult job, it may bear material fruits of small financial gains, but it will give you tall spiritual gains, a mountain of spiritual gains you will get. You will further in spirituality in leaps and bounds just by changing our own mental idiosyncrasies. By changing our mental attitude, we can convert our simple 9 to 5 job into a lucrative spiritual gain for a solid 8 hours a day. So ayogataha is a one who does not have this understanding. Ayogataha is a one who frowns upon their actions, who complains about the ill fate that they think that has been delivered to them. They complain about their own bhagya. All these things, Bhagavan refers to such a person as ayogataha, one who is not integrated, the one whose understanding about life and work is not integrated properly. Lord Krishna refers to them as ayogataha. They have not engaged in karma yoga. So Bhagavan says, ayogataha, he mahabaho, he Arjuna, sannyasaha, in case if this person runs away from the home to avoid their own responsibilities and says, best we just take sannyas. Bhagavan says, dukkhamapnotaha, dukkhamapnotum. It will give them tremendous sorrow. they will not evolve properly. But on the other hand, yoga yuktaha, the one who quietly forbears the pinpricks of life, the one who has understood that even difficulties which are sprinkled in my life are there for a purpose. Lord would not have given me these difficulties if He didn't want me to evolve. So let me take it in stride. Let me embark upon this path. As difficult as it is, I will give my best. That is called yoga yuktaha. And Bhagavan refers to such a person as Munihi. Munihi, he is actually a saint. Saints are the ones who are well-wishers of others. But how do they well-wish for others? They stop complaining about themselves. That's all. They don't complain anything. That's called a Muni. Manana Shilavan, the definition is the one whose mind is alert. And the alertness is they don't complain. And because they don't complain, they only see good. And when they see good, when they see their friend is in trouble, they will release a prayer. Oh Lord, help them out. That is Muni. Yoga Yuktaha Muni, the one who is well-wisher of others. Munihi. And Bhagavan also gives another definition for such a person. Brahma. He is as good as divine truth. Divine truth walking and talking in Sakshat flesh of a human body. Our Gurudev was referred to as Muni. Raman Maharshi ji, Muni, is great Shankaracharya ji of Kanchi and Sringeri, and we refer to them as, why such people refer to as Muni? Even a simple, unlettered party who is happy-go-lucky person who happens to be your own neighbor, she can be a Muni. She's just doing her job. I have come across great simple householders. So please don't think that you have to be a Raman Maharshi ji to be a Muni. Anybody can be Muni. Yoga Yuktaha, that is the qualification. We have to stop complaining, put our best foot forward, accept our life and our situation in stride. Whatever is sprinkled on the path of our life, let it be so as by the will of God. And when we accept such terms and conditions of our life, we are considered to be Munis. And Bhagavan says, Nachirena adhigacchati, na achirena, also known as achirena. In no time, quickly, adhigacchati, they will reach the goal. What goal? Remember last shloka, I said that goal Bhagavan is referring to is called moksha. We will get moksha. So the definition of moksha is abidance in action properly, no complaint, take life in stride and put your best foot forward and move on with a smile on the face. This is considered to be Yoga Yukta. This is a person who is integrated, the one who has proper understanding. Okay. Continuing. Yoga Yukto Vishuddhatma Vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. So, Bhagavan gives a beautiful description of such a person, the one who's integrated. This shloka is expansion on that one word from the last shloka called Yoga Yuktaha, the one who is integrated, the one who doesn't complain. Who is such a person? So Bhagavan says, Yoga Yuktaha, such a person who's integrated, Vishuddhatma. He is, now someone may say Atma is a soul, Vishuddha Atma. So what is meant over here by Atma is a technical term for mind. The mind is pure. Vishuddhatma, a pure mind. Such a person has a mind which is devoid of, how can we call a mind to be pure? A mind which is devoid of likes and dislikes is called a pure mind. In Sanskrit, it is referred to as Raga Dvesha Rahitaha Manaha Vishuddhatma. Shankaracharya ji gives these type of definitions. This mind, which is devoid of intense likes and dislikes. See, because if we have liking for someone, something, and if that doesn't come and the opposite comes, we will immediately become angry. But if we don't have any preferences and we accept all that comes as ordained by the Lord personally for me, then that mind which doesn't complain and accepts is called Vishuddhatma, pure mind. So, Raga Dvesha, intense likes, intense dislikes, some people have hatred for some food, some object, some people. We should not have that type of hatred. If you don't like something, you just say, I don't prefer it. But you shouldn't say, oh, I hate bitter melon, some people say. Then what has that poor bitter melon done to us? So it is only growing because nature intends it to be bitter. That's all. So everything has a purpose in this world. And if we don't understand its purpose and we prematurely judge based upon our own likes and dislikes, we will be the cause of giving commentary on divine mother nature, and she won't appreciate it. She will make sure we will have to drink a lot of bitter gourd juice. So we should not have these intense dislikes. That is called Vishuddhatma. Then Vijitatma. Vijita Atma. Over here, again, technical term Atma is used. In the first Vishuddhatma, Atma was referring to mind. Over here, Atma is referring to senses. Vijita Atma, the one who has conquered the senses. Vijitatma. Vijita, conquered. So, we have 5 senses of perception: hearing, touch, seeing, smelling, and tasting. So these 5 senses, when we don't abuse them and we use them accordingly to what is necessary for living a simple life. But if we use these senses, seeing all things hearing all garbage, seeing all garbage. That's why, Gandhiji's three monkeys: see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That is called Vijitatma. Gandhiji used to read Bhagavad Gita every day. He got the three monkeys idea from here. And he left out two monkeys for the other two senses. Because if these three gateways are closed, all others will come in line. These are the three main ways we abuse our senses: hearing, seeing, speaking. So, Vijitatma, Karmendriyani, Jitendriyaha, again, over here. So, Vijitatma is referred to the organs of action, and Jitendriya is referring to the organs of perception. So, there are 10 organs at the level of body. So, 5 organs of perception I told: hearing, touch, seeing, taste, and smell. 5. Then hands, feet, speech, gentle organ, and anus. These are the 5 organs of action through which we interact with the world of plurality around us. So Gandhiji's third monkey about speak no evil, that is actually Karmendriyani. And see no evil and hear no evil is Jitendriyani, the organs of perception. So if 3 can be taken care of, the remaining 7 will come under control. So this is Yoga Yuktaha Vishuddhatma Vijitatma Jitendriyaha. All this, Bhagavan, these are the qualifications of that person who is Yoga Yuktaha, rooted in this proper understanding. Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, this is his expression. Those are the qualification. And what does such a qualified person do? He looks at this world with a very different eye. And that is Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, the one who sees the self in all beings. Sarva Bhut, all beings. Atma, Bhutatma. In all beings, he sees the same expression of the divine self. Now, the first line was qualifications or preparation, and the second line is the expression of such a person. And that person is referred to as Jivan Muktaha, the one who has abidance in this knowledge and wisdom, and such a person can engage in any action and will not be bound. Why? It says kurvanapi na lipyate. Even though such a person does an action, they will not be bound because they dwell in knowledge and wisdom. And from the standpoint of knowledge and wisdom, when actions are unleashed, such actions do not create bondage of karmic debt, known as sanchita karma, which may appear as tomorrow's prarabdha or tomorrow's agami karma. We don't know what lies in the bank balance of our karmic debt. But if we are intelligent, we cannot erase our prarabdha, but we can intelligently face it so that it will not come to bind us. We will be liberated from us. But if we face our own destiny with a frowny face and a dislike for our own prarabdha, rest assured, we are creating more and more bundles of karmic debt for tomorrow. And if tomorrow doesn't arrive, lives ahead of us. Thus, this chapter allows us to acquire knowledge and abide in action properly. This is what is implied in the shloka. We'll continue. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pashyan shrunvan sprushan jigran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan pralapan visrujan gruhnan unmishan nimishan api indriyan indriyartheshu vartanta iti dharayan. I chanted shloka 8 and 9 together because it is one continuous thought process. So what is this shloka saying? The shloka is saying yuktaha, the one who is integrated, the one whose mind and intellect are integrated in this knowledge appropriately as per what I have mentioned in the last two shlokas, how the mind intellect is integrated. Yuktaha, such a person who's integrated, manyeta tattvavita, such a person is known actually as the knower of truth. Tattva, truth, with knower. Such a person is considered to be the knower of truth. Manyeta, he should be referred to as the knower of truth. And such a person who is knower of truth, what is his modus operandum? What is their mode of operation? How do they operate in life, moment to moment to moment? What is their thought process? Such a person, what do they think? Naiva kinchit karomiti. I'm not doing anything. I am not doing anything. Then what is he doing? He says, Indriyani indriya artheshu vartanta iti dharayan. Being convinced that the senses are intermingling with the sense objects, and I happen to be the witness of what is going on. That's it. I'm not participating in it. It is a grand play of Maya. Such is the understanding of the knower of truth. And the second line of Shloka 8 and the first line of Shloka 9 is what he or she observes. What do they observe? Housing in this body, pashyan, the act of seeing. Seeing is not done by me. I am not doing the seeing. It is the eyeball which falls upon the world of objects. It sees, transfers the image to the retina, goes to the brain, and the mind sees it. But knowing that I'm not even the mind which sees it, he observes the mind's play with the world of objects, including the sense objects and the senses and the organ of assimilation, the mind, which assimilates a sense experience. All this, the knower of truth just witnesses. The body happens to see it, and I am the witness. I am the divinity. Such is the understanding that consciousness reflects in the medium of mind and intellect as awareness, and that awareness awares the intellect and mind complex, which awares the pranas, which awares the body, which awares the senses, which perceive the world of objects. And that person identified with the awareness watches their own body interact with this world of plurality and realize the equipment called body, the equipment called mind, and the objects of this world are all delivered by Maya. And some play which is happening on the stage of the world. The producer, director, writer, Maya has ordained it. And I happen to be sitting in the balcony watching the play of Maya. Such is the thinking of the man of wisdom. Pashyan, in the act of seeing. So as we are seeing this world, what does our mind do? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, that is wrong. Oh, that is right. But a man of wisdom observes. And that's it. Mind is silent. Mind is silent. Mind is peaceful more than anything else. And that peaceful mind is at joy. Whether they are observing something terrible or whether they are observing something great, they are at peace. So, Pashyan, seeing, Shrunvan, while hearing, these are all present participle. That means the person is still alive. So it is indicating a Jivan Mukta. It is indicating that this state exists while living and not after death. Moksha is not after death. Moksha is while living. Pashyan, in the act of seeing. Shrunvan, in the act of hearing. Sprushan, in the act of touching objects. Jigran, in the act of smelling. Ashnan, in the act of eating. Gachan, in the act of going. Swapan, in the act of sleeping. Swashan, in the act of breathing. Pralapan, in the act of speaking. Visrujan, in the act of letting go. These people don't hold on to things. As it comes, they let go. Gruhnan, in the act of acquiring something. Nimishan, in the act of closing the eyes. Unmishan, in the act of opening eyes. In all these are the basic activities which all of us, you and I alike, we go through this daily. But how many of us get intermingled in all of these? The morning starts with the coffee. Not enough sugar. And we let go of that perfect moment of abiding. The taste steals away the mental peace. So these are just simple activities everybody engages in. But if we are aware in these activities, we can rescue our mind from sorrow and sadness. Don't think that the mind enters sorrow and sadness because of some things happening. The mind abides in sorrow and sadness because we allow the mind to enter sorrow and sadness. We have a choice whether to identify or not. It says, Tattvavit, the knower of truth, Naiva kinchit karomiti. I'm not doing all this. This is a play of Maya. Why am I allowing the play of Maya to steal my peace of mind? I'm consciousness. I'm divinity. I'm joy. I'm happiness. Indriyani, the senses, Indriya artheshu, in the sense objects, vartanta, while it is transacting, iti dharayante, remain convinced of their presence as pure awareness. Such a person does not need to sit for 45 minutes to meditate every day. Such a person is living the life of meditation. They don't require meditation. Their whole life, from the time they wake up until the time they go to bed, they are in meditation. Imagine this chapter is called Karma Sannyasa Yoga. This is how we are liberated in action, Not we are liberated from action. None of us will be liberated from action if we are breathing. That issues going on with my microphone, really apologize for that. I'll just continue speaking for just few more minutes until we finish the class. So what I was mentioning is this shloka, even though it describes a man of wisdom, it is that man of wisdom engaged in life, engaged in doing action. What I was saying is we want liberation from action, but what Bhagavan is saying is liberation from action is not possible, but there is liberation in action itself. And these two shlokas are the proof which Bhagavan says that Arjuna strive to be liberated while in action. So don't go looking for a particular state which will give you pleasing results. It is not going to come. So accept whatever comes and mentally you be aware of the fact that while engaging in action, I need to have my mind dwell in this knowledge that I am. So I will end the class over here and we will continue from shloka number 10 next Sunday. Apologies for technical difficulties. Okay? Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaः, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।